get from up, just so I could be able to move and go to work and take care of myself. He helped me get that far. He don't care. Mm-mm.
Wow.
He done disconnected. I used to be talking about him like this and mentioning his name, and Chris, I promise you a text do and say, "What you doing?" Because he could feel me. He can't feel me no more. The disconnect, the soul tie is broken. We don't have a soul tie no more. It's broken. Somebody else done took it. His attention is somewhere else. Somebody else got his attention. Somebody else is done. He done got soul tied with somebody else. Yeah.
He did. Wow. That's a good time. When I feel like that, that's a good time. I pray and ask God what it is. So, oh, I thought you just said you didn't know what it was. Oh. Okay. It's me, Gina. Oh. Crystal. Hold on, Quan.
Sorry, because I was watching the
Oh, it's okay, Jane.
TV.
Thank you so much. How you doing?
Here.
Let me put this up, my stuff up, and I'm coming down, okay? All right, what you said, now, Quan?
I said that's why he can. I said that's why he can. I just can't do it. I just can't. I've got to cut Curtis loose. Curtis just he's not right. He's not right. You know what? He's not. Just he's not. I don't know no more about Curtis today. I mean,
Yeah, I'm here. It was hot. I just walked in the door, so I was wiping myself off. I walked 2.5 miles talking to you. Cheryl, let me ask you a question. I don't want to keep bothering you with this. Why does he keep giving me the same thing? And the police told him that this, in order for this to be valid, it has to be signed by a judge.
He said he went to court. That's what he did this morning, and I got the everything. And they said if you refuse it, that's between you and the police when they come.
Okay, so then I'm supposed to have a copy of what was signed by the judge.
It wasn't signed, but that's it right here. I signed my part already because I had to give it to you. I have the original. I had to give it to you.
Okay, but I'm saying the police.
It's reported.
I'm not reported.
I think it's recorded.
I'm not talking about recorded.
It's recorded with the court in Fontana because San Bernardino does.
I'll talk to you when you're by yourself.
Okay.
I'm going to just talk to you by yourself.
Sinuous curve of her spine. That's sinuous means
Yeah? Is there anything? Okay, that's what I came down.
Yeah. I had to wipe off my face and went downstairs. When I went downstairs, the little girl was down there in the kitchen, the little millennial, and Cheryl was in the kitchen. And so she was, when I walked in the door talking to you, she was like, here you go. She had a whole different attitude than what she had this morning. So she was like, here you go. So I had asked her for a copy of the letter that he wrote because I don't think that it said the same thing. The other one I thought had Cheryl's name in it. But either way, she said, here you go. So she gave me another 3-day notice. That is still a 3-day notice, but this one is different and say something different from the first one. So I opened the letter, and so I said, it don't have no proof of service. It don't have no information down here at the bottom, and it still have his name. So the police told him that this is not valid because you have to have a judge to sign off on it to file for the eviction. You can't just do this on your own. So she said he went to court. So I said, well, if he went to court, how did he go to court? And that's today. I mean, if he did, then that's fine. But how did he go to court? And I didn't go to court. I'm supposed to get a copy of whatever the court gave him. And she said, well, I got my stuff. And I said, well, I'm supposed to have a copy of that. So she was like, well, I'm not gonna. I just got a copy of what he told me, and then he told me, and if you don't leave in 3 days, then he gonna call the sheriff out here to put you out. So I said, okay, and so I just came up here to the room. So I told her when to look. I told her I'd rather talk to you by yourself. So I went and left the kitchen because the girl was right there, being messy and being nosy. And so I said, I'll talk to you by yourself. So I just walked off. So I got the notice to myself. So I called you because I didn't say anything to it. It's not really anything to say. It's just not what the police said. So what now? I'm not really asking you. It's just like venting in the situation, but you can give me your opinion. Then what would you do? Would you just leave, or would you just ask for whatever went to court or whatever? Because this is nothing that came from a court. This is on a white piece of paper that he typed up and he added, huh? Mm, it won't probably hurt nothing, but I at the same time, with somebody evil like that, see, he done went and added more since the last time. The first 3 day notice, and this is why I asked for a copy of everything. He didn't want to give me a copy of even the rental agreement. He didn't want to give me a copy, but I asked for another copy because when I was in Cheryl's office the other day with her, the one that she showed me had something different. I thought for sure I seen something different on it. So I asked her for it, and she was hesitant to give it to me. She was even hesitant that day. She was like, you don't need that. And I was like, I do need it because I have a right to have anything in that rental folder that you have. That's the law. And so she was like, all right. And she finally gave it to me. But then it wasn't in my stuff no more. So today when I got home, this is what she said downstairs in the kitchen. And so this is why I have to record everything that she say. Because when I don't have my recording, she'll see me with my phone. Then she say little slick stuff. So I went down there, and when I got off the phone with you, when you said, hold on, I went downstairs to go get whatever she said she had to give me. When I went downstairs, she said, and here go your notebook. I don't play games like that. I don't know how it got in my car. I ain't never locked up my car before since I've been here, and now I'm locking my car. I don't play games like that, and I don't appreciate it. As if somebody went in her car. Why would I go in your car and put my notebook there? And then she said, I seen you take the notebook upstairs. The notebook was upstairs, and now it ain't, and it just got in my car. And I don't play games like that. I got plenty of stuff to do, and I ain't got to steal no notebook. So why are you saying it to me? If you didn't steal the notebook, if you didn't take it, and you're saying that you didn't take it, I never said you did. I just said the stuff was missing from my room. She said that on her own. You gave it back and said it was in her car under the seat. So if it was in your car under the seat, then why are you saying anything to me? What made you go look in your car under the seat today and get it? And then she said, I just got my car washed. It wasn't under there, so it just got there. So then why are you still talking to me? Because I have to, in order for me to even go past the way the house set up, even for me to go past her room at all, she have to see me. She see the stairs is directly in front of her room. So I can't even go downstairs without passing her. She'll see me as soon as my foot hit the bottom of the stairs. So why would you even think that I'm here and I haven't been here all day? And you wasn't here all day yesterday. So now all of a sudden you saying that, whatever. So she was like, this is what he put on the thing, which is totally different from the other day. Improper subletting, nuisance, waste, and illegal use. You are hereby notified that you are required within 3 days from the date of service on you on the data's note to vacate and surrender premises because you are in breach of your rental lease agreement as follows. You have made unfounded accusations against other tenants concerning theft. You were told to discontinue any cooking, yet you continue to do so. You have made threats to sue our church for no valid reason. You have terrorized the home. And as a result of you having committed the foregoing acts, the lease or rental agreement under which you occupy these premises is terminated pursuant to Code of Civil Procedure and Civil Code section. If you fail to vacate or surrender the premises within 3 days, legal proceedings will be instituted against you to recover possession of the premises, damages, and court costs. If I go downstairs and ask with you on the phone, again, I was waiting until I don't like I told you every time I talk to Cheryl, that little girl comes and stands right there. She's a little demon. She just come and stand there, and it ain't got nothing to do with her. And then the minute I say, can I? No, it ain't that. She was doing that before. And even still, I don't, by law, I don't have to discuss my business with her like that. I mean, I just don't be trying to get all in that, but I'm grown, and I'm not going to have to talk to you. And if she need a management, then she can wait till her assistant manager get in, and then that's her assistant. But you don't have a right to say somebody else from this house to say, come and stand with me every time I talk to her. That's petty, especially when that girl is the drama. Because the recording is allowed by law, and that don't violate no privacy. No, because this is not in a business. Not in a business. You got a right to record in any business setting you go in, anywhere. No, they don't. The police told them that too, on record. Well, look it up. And even still, they have been told, the police told them that I was, and the police told him that she had a right to, and that anything that go on in this house, she has a right to if she feel like that's gonna make her safe or whatever, make her feel like she needs it, since this is a legal issue now. And they told them she got a right to, and they told them they had a right to too. Which, if they was doing that, it wouldn't even be no issue. I don't know nobody ever that even rent a Airbnb, that even rent their house out for the night, that rented out rooms, period, that do not have cameras and is not checking nobody ID. I've never seen that before in my life. That's just weird. I'm not worried about what you're saying. I know what was the state here. You have to look in your state, and I know what the police said, and I know that this is a business. That's a totally different step. I don't want to listen, Quanda, because you argue with everything that I say. Why do you act like you just have to find... Okay. I didn't ask you anything about... I didn't ask you anything about that. No, I don't. Because how you gonna talk over the police? You can't correct me, Quanda. Because that's between me and her, and this is a business, and I have a right to do that. And it's not going anywhere. That's the difference. And this is me, and this is my device. So somebody else there with their phone or whatever the situation is, now granted, she have a right to be in a common area with her computer and her phone or whatever she got and be recording. That's her right to do that. The police told I did, and they know I did. She see it in my hand. It's not a secret. I told her from here on out until I leave, I am. I sleep on it. I've been told her that. And she said, do whatever you have to do. I told her that. I sleep on live. But regardless of the point, I swear everything that I say, you have to go. If I say, when I went in the store early today, but I'm not, but what you are, I don't mind you giving me advice. I don't mind constructive criticism, but you can't be, you wouldn't just be negative all the time in everything. You don't ever have I want you to pay attention. You don't ever have anything good to say when you never even answered the question I really asked. I said, so since she said that, and you said, wait until your counsel come today, what do you think about the situation? You never answered that. You went straight on to talking about what I'm doing. Well, I don't think nothing is nothing is wrong with that. When I left here today, I felt good leaving here. And if I didn't have my stuff, the rest of my stuff here, I wouldn't even come back. So it's not like I'm missing anything, and the environment is toxic. And so from the way it was this morning to this afternoon, it's not a big deal to me. I told you that it's not a big deal because I have a lot of stuff to do. The downside to being out here is the address is way too far. The To get on a bus, it is nothing out here, no jobs, no nothing, and it was. I've been told them that, and they agreed. The location is horrible when you're talking about having somebody to help. If it was somebody that is old and won't be going nowhere and is in some type of confinement or whatever, or needing health care like that, then that would be fine. Miss Harriet's house. Miss Harriet's house was too far out. I didn't even be at Miss Harriet's house. I went there majority of the week, but I was going to school then. And I had just signed back up for school, and it was too hard for me to come from her house in the truck all the way in Jackson to go back down there, and plus I was having some issues there, and Miss Harriet knew about that. So I left Miss Harriet's house, and sometimes I used to stay down there at the store in McDonough at night, and I would call Miss Harriet and say I ain't got the gas to come back tonight and come back down this way tomorrow. So I'm just gonna sleep in my truck tonight, and I'll see you in a day or so, or I'll text you or whatever, and she'll just be like, okay. But she knew, so it was a matter of me either trying to find a computer to do my homework, or go to the library every day, or find a library that was close to Miss Harriet's house. Miss Harriet don't have no problem with me. I just called her the other day, and, if she had a place to stay, she would want me to come back. She loved having me there. She liked for me to cook. She liked for me to cook there. She liked it for me to do everything, and didn't want me to pay no bills, and didn't want me to give her no money. And she had Harvard, but the situation, Miss Harriet lived all the way out in the middle of nowhere, and it was some stuff going on, but that's between me and Miss Harriet. But in what what you said, Slick? Um, well, anyway, I just walked and did all of that. I just don't feel like arguing with nobody, and I don't know if I'll wait and actually wait and let the police come again or not, or whatever the situation is. I just don't feel like doing all of that. Because every time he just keeps, and I'm keeping a track, he keeps lying more and more. But as long as he got the you threaten to sue my church, then that's just, he keeps putting that, and that's where it's showing that he's just retaliating. Because if I did all of this stuff, then they gonna say, well, why you write people up in the house? I ain't got no write ups. That's gonna be that will come up in a court. Well, where the write ups at? You said I did all these things. Where's the write ups? Where is anything in writing that you said I can't cook in the kitchen, and what's the reason? And I done cooked all these meals. You know why he want to say that? Because he want to take it away from the fact that she was getting paid. That's her job. So it now everything is turning on him. So he want to act and be like, you weren't supposed to be cooking. She had me cooking every day. I told you that. So now he want to turn that and act like it was something else. And then he put on the thing that I was an employee. I ain't no employee here. So now it's turning against him, and he see that his lies is falling apart. And so now he trying to turn it to act like somebody else was doing something wrong. If I was doing something wrong, you don't have anything in writing where I got in trouble about nothing. You got that letter, and as soon as you got that notice of intent to sue, bam, that's when all your accusations come. Everything is date and stamped, time stamped. He's wrong. Yeah, mighty funny. After you got that letter, then you call me a nuisance. But you just was asking me for my business plan the other day. 43 minutes and 15 seconds you was in the office talking to me about my good ideas and how God wanted me to be here. Are you not the same person on this recording, sir? Saying that God wanted me to be here? That God put me here? And now you're saying that I'm a nuisance and you want me out of here? But are you the same person on this recorder saying that God put me here? Which one? So is God talking to you? Or can you hear God? Because you the one said that out your mouth. You can't see why you here? God put you in a place to have everything. God is blessing you here. You don't have to work. You don't have to do nothing. The girls love you here. You cook. I even eat your food. He come over here and get the food. So what's the deal? And I took a picture almost of not every time I cooked, but I took all them pictures of the food that I cooked and how they were served on they plates, and put it online to see how pretty my food was. I even had asked online, was there anybody that just needed some? I wanted to go, have my restaurant and wanted to perfect my culinary skills, and if it was any little odd jobs that I could do. So he the one that flipped out. So I'm not worried about that. I don't even want to get into that because it's a headache. And when people know they're wrong, then they get very petty and they get evil. And he was over here today and ain't no telling what he did while I wasn't here because he got very petty. The police had to tell him to get out my room. And so if I wasn't here, ain't no telling, he probably was back in here again because, matter of fact, the bed spread on the other bed is messed up. So he probably wasn't here earlier today. But anyway, I don't want to get stressed out about any of that because none of that is important. I was glad that I made it to the storage today to put my stuff up. And I was glad that I was able to get myself situated and to get my stuff in my storage and all of that. I'm not worried about nothing he got going on. This is day for day, and whatever God tell me to do, I do that. But it's a reason that he don't want to go file this in court, and he don't want me to go to court anyway, which I probably wouldn't. But I called an attorney today, and an attorney said that he could be sued. That if I could sue him, and but it costs money to do that. And so I just was like, okay. And so that must be why when I came back here, her attitude was different. Because he probably know that I said, because I had already told him anyway, you supposed to have cameras up in here and you don't. And then she gives me the book back today. Why are you giving it back? You should have just didn't even give it to me at all because you giving it back and saying you don't know how I got it. That's not even smart. That's saying that you don't know what's going on in your house and you got a bunch of people, strangers living in here. And then you got people that's in here that's taking behavioral health medication with a dangerous diagnosis that you said out of your own mouth and you have no cameras. Ma'am, that is negligence. But anyway, Quanda, let me get off this phone. I've been on it too long. Don't stress yourself about that decision. Whatever comes up, then let it just come up. And whatever happened, just let it happen. I'll be fine and I can take care of myself. And I can't take care of myself. God has to take care of me. But I will be fine and I'm not worried about anything. I'll take it a day at a time. I know it felt good to be out of this house today, just being back out in the air and catching the bus and seeing people and not in no drama. I almost hated to come back here. So once I figure out what I'm going to do, you know, then whatever. I just had asked you because you was like, I wouldn't move until they evicted me. I wouldn't go and rush and put myself out there. So I was just asking you and just letting you know where, like, as situations occurred. I was going to do that, but at the same time, um, because I was just listening to what you said, but at the same time, you ain't in this house every day, and you ain't involved in, you know, having to stay in a room, and I do it anyway if, you know, if I don't want to go out. But she totally different this afternoon than she was when I left her this morning. She's never this morning, never made my breakfast, and she made me cooked and put breakfast on the table and made a cup of coffee and already had creamer in it, and was like, come on, sit down and eat. And then was like, you got enough to get on the bus? And she was like, here go $10, you could get on the bus. And what you need me to do? Okay. And was talking like nothing had happened. And was like, okay, let me know when you get back. I love you. And I was like, okay. And I was like, you cook breakfast? And she was like, yeah, sit down and eat. And before you go out or whatever, like nothing had happened. And then when I came back today, she's still talking, but it's dry. And so I don't know what transpired when I wasn't here. I just don't. It's enough to be in my situation. I don't like all the drama. I done got past that, and I really don't want to be. And when I feel like staying here till the police come, that make me feel like Sharon. And how when Sharon would get in somebody's house and you got to go through an arm and a leg to get her out. And I don't want to be like that, because I don't have. When I lived with a man named Joe, it was 7 other people living in the house, and he said had nothing but good things to say about me. She's so clean. He actually wanted me to stay. I said, oh, I can't take this. And he was like, why? And I was like, I woke up and it was blood all in the bathroom, and the people be having company, and it was the door ran open all night long. Somebody was opening and closing the door, going in and out like it was a store. And I said, and my room is right there, and I just ain't used to it. That was my first time, because I had never did that before. And I said, it's just not going to work out. There's too many people. And I said, maybe if you had a different house or whatever. I ain't even get my deposit back. They wanted the $50 anyway. But I didn't have no issue. I had no issue staying at Miss Harriet's house. And who else house I stayed with after that? The lady named Aisha. I told her I didn't want to be there no more. But that really wasn't a place to stay. So I don't count that, because her house was like condemned. And she just didn't want me being on the street. So it was a matter of, you can sleep in this apartment that is being totally gutted to keep you from just being on the street. But other than that, I didn't want to be in no. I don't like drama like that. But I understand what you're saying, and you know, I do think, okay, if somebody gonna do that, then you know, I am looking for another place to stay. You know, and seeing what else come up. But I don't like drama like that. I'm not like that. I don't want to feel like I'm making somebody, you know, just go to the extreme. Like I'd rather to leave and be like, child, I'll see you later. You know, God will deal with you for what you did, and I'll be going deuces, because I was going ready to leave anyway. I'm the one that told you that. So I'd rather do it like that. That's me. But you do got a point, rather than go out here and put yourself homeless and back in a situation when the police done already told him he got to get an eviction. But I don't know what he did, because she said that she told me that her pastor is very connected with the police department. But there's nothing on this paper saying that nothing has been signed by a judge. And so I don't want to call the police again and ask them, because if they said it has to be signed by a judge, then that's what they said. So I don't want to be putting any more of their tricks and any more of their stuff that they got going on, because they play games. And the man does tell lies and call himself a pastor, and he tells lies. So that's the part that I'm thinking about. I just pray about it and see what God tell me to do. And it don't actually have a date. But again, he acted like this happened Thursday, when if it was 3 days, and how does it overcancel the other 3-day notice that he gave? So I don't really know what he's doing. And this is a copy, and it looked like a lot of stuff had been whited out. So I don't know what this is, because he got white out or a mark in different places where it looked like somebody highlighted maybe and told him to fill this out, and then or whatever, and then it says to put a proof of service on there, and it's no written signature or nothing on there from no person anyway. So if Cheryl said that she served this, then your name's supposed to be on this paper. And he didn't do that either. So maybe, if anything, I get up in the morning and go to the police department and ask them if anything. And it say I just don't know, Gwen. I hate that. It's a headache to keep calling police over and over again about stuff. Because the man is a liar. And the fact that if anytime you serve something on somebody, all of this say that it have to be done, why don't Cheryl want to put her name on stuff? If you're the one here, then why you won't put your name on here? You supposed to have, it says proof of service. It's nobody's. Mm-hmm. Okay, well, I will call you in a little while, or maybe tomorrow or another day. But I just got in from out the heat, and I'm gonna relax my nerves and pray and see what God told me to do and go from there. And not worry about the situation. What you mean? What? I told you what encountered. I don't have no reason to lie. I told you the truth. I just read you the whole thing. I was actually going to send you a picture of a copy so you can see how elementary it looked. It looked like he went to somebody's elementary school and let them play with this and gave him something. And this, I can't even see this coming from a court, because it's a document with a whole square around it. It's not even a piece of paper. Somebody put a square and drew a draw text box on Microsoft Word, and he typed in it. This is not even a document. But it's nothing happened. He put what happened. I threatened to sue him for not having no cameras up in here, and he got mad. Period. That's the truth. That's not a lie. Nothing was going on before that, and it all started happening after this last girl moved in here. It got worse. And so he said, and so that's what it was. I don't have nothing going on. It was no bad comments. I was cooking. I told you that every day. I said, I've been cooking and they love it and this, that, and the other. It was that I threatened to sue him. He got mad. He put that right here in the thing. Number 3, you have made threats to sue our church for no reason. I want to get off the phone and I want to pray and I want to listen to whatever the Lord tell me to do and move on that. And I really don't want to be here no more. But I did want to make sure that I have, I really did want to make sure that he filed for an eviction. And the only reason that I say that is because if he did, then I wanted to make sure that he filed at the right address. And I'm going to tell you why. UReach pays a deposit and your first month's rent to live somewhere. It's a reason that he keeps lying, saying Loma Linda Church paid for me. No, they did not. UReach paid for me. And if they paid you a deposit and paid you rent, then I'm going to tell, because that is not what you were supposed to get. And he keeps lying about that. Like, he keeps making up a reason for not wanting to go to court. And he put down on one of the papers, he put down that it was on that he's doing business on Arcadia Drive. No, you're not. On another thing he got with his name on it, he got that you're doing business in Fontana. And that's why the police asked him, why are you going to get a 3-day notice in Fontana if you're in San Bernardino? And so he didn't have no answer for that. So he's doing something crooked. And so I'm trying to make sure you're not saying that you rented me an apartment and I don't, and that they paid you. Because when I asked for the receipts, he didn't give me any of that, and nothing is consistent. None of the stuff that he's giving me got the same information of it. He said he's the Melinda House, but your stuff is under House of Hope. House of Hope is in Fontana, and you're saying that it's over here, but when I looked online, you're not registered anywhere. Not for House of Hope, not for Melinda House, not for anything, but you're saying that you're in business and you're not registered. And I think that's why he really don't want to go to court, or really don't want to file. So he probably called one of his friends or somebody that he connected with, because Cheryl said he's connected with the FBI and the police and all kind of people, and that they got, I can't tell, but that's the invoice that he drive. But Cheryl said that he got, clout, and that he well connected. I can't tell, but either way, this letter, if he was connected, then he would have had an attorney give him something or whatever the situation is. But Cheryl said she went to court today, and so I was trying to figure out, how did you go to court? And it's Monday, and how did you go to court? And that's not the way that it worked. So they just got too many lies going on, Quanda. These people tell lies. And now that they know that I'm right, they don't want me here. And I understand that. If I didn't have no win, then they wouldn't pay me no attention. But I have a win. They know I'm right. And then I called an attorney today, and he said I could sue him. They know I'm right, and they want me out of here. That's just it. And he will do anything pretty much possible to make that happen. I want her out of there. And that's what he told the police when they was here. He said, they said, why did you go to Fontana? And he said, because I want action. So that's where he feel like he got somebody to boost him in his lies. He feel like he could go over there to Fontana and to the sheriff's department, and he must got somebody that he know there. Because the police said, well, you have to do this in San Bernardino County, not in Fontana. And there's nothing up here that say police department, and there's nothing on here that says it been served. So technically, him giving me this is not even valid, because there's nothing at the bottom of this saying that it's been served with a signature at the bottom or anything. So I don't know what they're doing. I could fight it, but do I just really want to fight it? I could fight it so much better when I get out of here and ain't got to worry about him and can go take all of it and then and charge you for emotional distress because you didn't follow the law, you didn't do all of this stuff. I would be better off to win it out there, because I can go to the library, I can research these tenant laws, and I could get him on a whole lot of stuff because he's not licensed and registered. I've already, and I know that I can get him out of jail, but I cannot make and force. I asked you to do it because you're closer. I asked you to do it for me. I said, can you just, the next time you go to Augusta, do me a favor and go by James Brown Boulevard and pick up that motion of discovery. It's public information. And pick up the copy of the motion of discovery and pick up the transcript. But if Quanda, I don't have to go to Augusta to do that. I could work on Corey's stuff from here. You act like I don't be involved with nothing that Corey got going on. I do. I'm involved with it. But at the same time, I don't. I'm just getting myself together. So Corey have a lot going on. He's in lockdown. He got a broke foot. And then he got time. I already told Corey when he got sentenced, hang tight. You're going to get out. That is bull crap, because your charge should have never come up. Your all of this stuff, you didn't have no witnesses done. I wasn't there. I should have been there. I was a witness for you. All of it. So I'm not worried about the time part. I would actually prefer him to be in prison where I feel like, not where he's necessarily, well, I feel like he'd be, no, then again, I don't know. I can't say that. I did say that at first, that I was glad he was in there versus just being out here and then have nowhere to be. But now that he done had so much stuff going on, I don't know. But I'm not going to keep railing with all these different difficult conversations. God is in control, and God is going to take care of Corey, and Corey is fine. And I cast my care about Corey yesterday. I prayed, and God gave me immediate confirmation in the Bible. And he said my children will have peace. Took me straight to a scripture. As soon as I cried and told the Lord, show me what to do about my son. And you said that I could call you and I could trust you. And if I pray, knowing that you hear me, I have the positions that I desire. And I need you to show me what to do, because you don't want me to worry. But how am I supposed to feel about this situation? Long story short, that's some of what I said. And he gave me a scripture, and I opened my Bible and went straight to Psalms, and he told me my children would be fine and that my children would have peace. And so I just started confessing the word over them. It's nothing else I could do. You said you called. They're not answering you. I called. No one called me back. Then the next thing that we have to do is trust God. And then we need to do what we know to do, is get the information from the jail, from the court. And they said they don't send that. I could probably talk to somebody else. I never heard of that, because they send it all day long to it. No, attorneys pull it up through electronic. So, but they said they don't send that. So that's what I want. If I could get his motion of discovery from the courthouse, and if I could get his, I don't even need to hear what got said in court. I just need to see the motion of discovery, and I could take it apart from there. I already took the case apart anyway, because I was looking at other stuff surrounding the situation that happened before he got there. So I'd already done took Corey's case apart. I just told him to hold on and wait until I finish getting my own situations together and get a job, so that, and when I do come and speak up on your behalf, it'll work just like God got you out the last time when they called me and I had my stuff together. Now coming in the situation, I'm homeless and going through this and that other. I don't want all of that on his, and that's his situation look bad. They'd be like, oh, that, because as soon as you say homeless, people think mental health. No matter if you got all your sense, they still think retarded. So I don't want them to get that perception of me, especially if you homeless and got a lot of legal sense. They're gonna automatically write you off like Sharon, no matter how smart you are. You have to have a place to live and legal sense before people take you serious. You can have all the sense in the world, but if you homeless and know your rights, they're gonna treat you like you are a crazy smart person. But if you have know your legal rights and got a place to stay, then they will count it. It's that's just the way that people are. It's stereotyped that way. As long as you homeless and you smart, you just gonna be a crazy smart homeless person. But it's gonna be totally different. It's not the same. You gotta have a place to stay. You gotta have an address before you start making complaints. Even if you live in somebody's house, you gotta have an address to do that. So let me get off this phone so I can get my nerves and stuff together and see what I'm going to do, because I've been on this phone way too long. And you have a good day, and just pray about everything. I'm in a rush, but I'm not in a rush, because I want to everything to be smooth, and I don't want you to make a decision and regret it, and I don't want to make a decision and regret it. Just because I'm homeless don't mean I'm supposed to live with you. I'm grateful that you would even consider it, because that's what, to me, sisters are supposed to do. But I understand this is a lot, and so if you feel like you want to do that and you really want to do that from your heart, then do that. Even consider, putting it on a little time limit or something like that. Because I told you, I really don't want to, like, full force move in and be like, oh, I live here. And I don't really want to do it like that. So, but if I could come and make sure that you're living your best life. And so whatever that is, you're the only one that can write that story. So even though you got Silas, you say he the only one make you happy, and you get to do all these things with him. So just take your mind off yourself and just be really, really happy that God let you get him. Toya could have did the wrong thing and had him in the system, and you end up getting there, and you end up being there with him. And thank God he ain't dysfunctional, and he ain't needing medicine, and you can do all these good things. So you have very good things to be thankful for. And so just be happy for a chance, because you could be like me, and you could not have a place, and you could be going through a lot of issues, and your son don't have life. So just be happy about that. You got a really good looking son that ain't in jail. You should just be happy about that. That is nice. So just be happy about that. Yeah, just be happy. Because life, you only just get it one time. And then you can look at somebody else's situation, and that's how I get happy. I go out and I look at people laying on the street, and I feel like I might not have a place to stay, but I'm not doing that. And I might not do this. Somebody was with a crack pipe next to me earlier today. That ain't me. Somebody was getting drunk. Thank God that ain't me. So even though I'm homeless, I still be counting my wins. That's how I done stayed strong all this time. You always count your wins. And every time you do that, you'll see that your wins always outweigh your losses. And never forget that. Never forget that. You always count your wins. And so if they say I got 3 days to live, that means I got 72 hours to get all the rest I need. Appreciate it. I'll let you know what I'm going to do. I can come up with the world in 72 hours. God can do anything in 72 hours. Huh? He did tell me he don't have none. And so I don't want to bother him. I just will probably text him later or something or whatever. But I don't want to keep bothering him. But because I don't know what he's going through. And he told me, I don't know. I want him to feel like I don't want to keep bothering him. Like I don't really like what you say when you be like, just leave him alone. But I feel like he got a right to feel however he feel, even if I don't agree. He got a right to his own feelings. Everybody do. And just because, he feels like, I think he wants